Hello, my name is Gabe. For this problem, we're given the equation of a parabola, and we're asked to find the vertex, the focus, the directrix, and then sketch the graph of the parabola. So just by looking at this equation here, we already see that we're in the standard form. So let's just try to grab a couple pieces of information from this equation. So let's recall that the standard form of a parabola in this form is y minus k, quantity squared, is equal to 4p times x minus h. So we can go ahead and we can actually grab a couple pieces of information from this right away. So the first thing we'll want to see is that k is going to be equal to negative 1/2. Now where I get that from is just by thinking about this plus 1/2 as a minus negative 1/2. That's why this k value is negative. The next thing we can see is here we have an x minus 5. Well, that corresponds to this x minus h in the standard form. So we can say that h is equal to 5. Now the next thing we'll want to do is solve for p. So we have 4p is going to be equal to 2, and we can solve for p by dividing both sides by 4. So what we have is that p is equal to 2 divided by 4, or 1/2. So now that we have this information, we can go ahead and find the vertex, the focus, and the directrix. So from looking at this, we know that the vertex of a parabola in the standard form is hk. So it's the point hk. Well, we know what h is, it's 5, and we know what k is, it's negative 1/2. So since we found this vertex, I'm going to go ahead and plot this on the Cartesian plane. So 5, negative 1/2, puts us right about here. Okay, so now, as we go ahead and find our focus and our directrix, we'll want to note a couple things. So first of all, looking at the equation, we know that this parabola is going to open horizontally. So it's going to open to the left or to the right. And we also know that p is positive. So what that tells us is that our parabola is going to open towards the right. So if you imagine sketching the graph of your parabola, it would open up towards where I have this x written. So what that means is that the focus better lie to the right of our vertex, and the directrix better lie to the left of our vertex. So when we're looking for the focus, our focus point is going to be given by h plus p, k. So we know what h is 5. We know what p is, it's 1/2. So h plus p is 5.5. And our k value remains negative 1/2. So I'm going to go ahead and plot the focus. It's going to be at 5.5, negative 1/2. So that'll be very close to our vertex, but the vertex, remember, is the pink point, and the focus is the green point. Now the next thing we'll want to do is we'll want to find the directrix. So something just to note about the directrix is the directrix better lie to the left of our vertex. So the directrix is actually going to be p units to the left of our focus. So our directrix is going to be given by the line x equals, since it's a vertical line, since our parabola opens horizontally, and it's going to be given by h minus p. So in this case, our h we said was 5, our p was 1/2, so 5 minus 1/2 is 4.5. So what we want to imagine is we want to imagine a vertical line passing through x equals 4.5. So what we have is we have the pink point is our vertex, the green point is our focus, and this blue line is our directrix. So now, to sketch the graph, we know that it's just going to be a parabola opening towards the right. And we'll use these two pieces of information sort of as a guide. So there we have the graph of our parabola. Thank you.